Hey everybody, welcome back to H&S Collectibles. This is Cody, and I got colored vinyl for you since it's Tuesday. This is actually a video I had to reshoot because the audio got screwed up the first time around. I don't know what happened there, but what I got to show you tonight is the WaxWorks release of Evil Dead 2 in a colored vinyl. So just looking at the cover art there, this is kind of what drew me to it. I really like the cover art. I already had the music in MP3, but just really dug this cover, and of course I like the colored vinyl too. So you got the cabin in the background, and I just love the way the roots tie together and make that face that looks like the Necronomicon. Very cool. So I picked this up at one of my conventions from a vendor called Voodoo Comics. If you get to any conventions in the Midwest, maybe even the Northeast region, he might be there. But he's a cool guy, always gives me a good deal, and I have a tote bag that he gave me when I bought my Creepshow albums. And I carry it around the cons to keep my stuff in, and he was excited that I had that and gave me $10 off this, so I got it at a real good price. Back cover there, as you can see, has Ash's severed hand, and there's 9 tracks on this, but they're pretty lengthy, each track. You know, and Evil Dead 2 had some great music. What I liked about the soundtrack in Evil Dead 2 is it seemed like a lot of the music was bigger than the movie, a little bit over the top, and that added to I think the camp and the charm of that movie. You know, so that's a movie I've enjoyed now for better than 30 years. I can remember getting it on VHS when it first came out. The rental place, one of our rental places in town, was the bowling alley, and they had a big room off to the side that was just packed with VHS. They had a lot to choose from back then, and I used to get posters from them all the time too. If you were quick enough at that place, you could say, hey, I want this poster, I want that poster. And I've still got some of the old posters from back then. I got a Pet Cemetery VHS release poster, the poster for Split Second with Rutger Hauer on the VHS release. I got that from them, and a few others. They're in my closet now, just kind of rolled up and stuck away because I don't hardly have the wall space. But anyway, maybe someday they'll get to hang up. So, but back to the cover art. So I love the center artwork on this. If I was at a con and I saw this in a print, I think I would definitely buy it, or a canvas painting. That's just beautiful. Linda's cross there with the cabin in the background. I just really enjoy that picture. In fact, this could even be one that I just, you know, frame the album cover and hang it up like that. I don't know if it's on their sleeve who did the artwork or not. This is just credits for the movie, and yeah, nothing on here about who did the artwork, so I don't know who that artist is, but they're good. It also came with a insert, so even though it's a bifold case, it's only one album, so I guess to make you feel better, they slipped this in there, and it's a pretty cool picture. Evil Dead 2. You got Ash there. You know, very comic bookish the way they drew him, and then you got Evil Ash, Henrietta, Evil Ed, and Linda. And I really like Linda because it looks like she's, you know, holding on her severed head. So that's pretty cool, and it's about a 12 by 12 frame. I think would hold that, but again, I don't have it hung up, so it's just tucked away in the so sorry about that. I had a little bit of a frog in my throat, but at the time I bought this, he didn't know which record I was getting. He just knew it was one of the colored ones, and I think there was 2 different variants of it. There was a blood splatter And the reason I'm kind of trailing off is I'm actually reading this. They've scratched onto the album what it is up in the return slot groove. But anyway, there was a blood splatter version, and then there was this Oldsmobile Delta 88 yellow, which is kind of cool. And you got, label on one side, and on the flip side is the tape from Professor Noby's tape player. So pretty cool. Very thick, very heavy. I think they do 180 gram on all their releases. So it seems to be steady and has good weight and doesn't want to warp or anything. But very cool. Like I said, I picked it up at a con. I don't know if they're still available on WaxWork's website or not. But I'm sure you could probably find one somewhere. I don't think that these are up in price or anything, but I haven't researched them lately. But anyway, so that's it for this one, the Evil Dead 2 WaxWork. I'd recommend getting it. Great music, good quality, and cool artwork. Excuse me. And that's all for me. So like and subscribe. At least for the next 4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks, there'll be a colored vinyl every Tuesday, a collectible of some sort every Friday, and then other videos as they pop up. So come back and see me, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.